Tom Mboya National Monument, which is this one, is a public site of memory. There's a very important need for all Kenyans to make sure it is well protected. And he was killed at a very tender age, at 39 years, when he was a minister for economic planning and development. His main work was to make sure Kenya grows as a country. But the life was short. His life was short dead by the bullet that was pulled in 1969, the 5th of July, because of presidency. Actually, Tom Mboya was the member of parliament of Nairobi. Nairobi is a cosmopolitan city, and that is why the people who voted for him are the people who were supposed to vote for him for the presidency. It was seen that that would not work. If he was left to go through the ballot, then Tom Mboya could have become the president of this country. And because they knew that, they said no ballot, it is now the bullet. So you see, a bullet and a ballot, they are complementary goods, items. They go together during political elections. And that is why where Tom Mboya is buried in Rusinga Highland, actually, if you look at that mausoleum, it depicts a very big bullet, because it is the bullet that killed him. That is the mausoleum in Rusinga Highland. But the statue here, this one just shows the spot where Tom Mboya was shot. He was shot on a government road within the government square, which is now called Moi Avenue. And we asked the government if they can be able to do something to change the name for the sake of the public to be called Tom Mboya Avenue, not Moi Avenue. So that is why we say that Thomas Joseph Mboya must be remembered. The things that he did can still be able to inspire posterity, the future generation and generation to come. And that's why heritage is very important for all Kenyans to adopt, to protect, so that those things that, imagine somebody taking people to learn outside the country, and then they come here and become professors. For example, the father of Barack Obama was one of the people who benefited. Professor Wangari Maathai, those are Tom Mboya students. The list is long. Professor George Saitoti. So the story of the early program that was initiated by Tom Mboya himself is a true story. And that is why we want Kenyans to emulate, to copy, to be inspired by what this young minister, who was still at a tender age of 39, was fell down. So that is why we say that the monument is a public site of memory, and the Tom Mboya National Monument is supposed to get a proper protection. You see, for example, people like climbing up. People does not want the minister to rest in peace. They still disturb him up today. 52 years. You know, like yesterday, 2 days ago, we celebrated the 52nd anniversary of the assassination of Tom Mboya. And that one is going to be written in our heart. And that's why we say it is not good for football fans to come and climb a very important statue like this. Respect must be there. You see, now what Gor Mahia do, but I cannot also blame Gor Mahia. Gor Mahia cannot afford to go to the other statues like Dedan Kimathi statue, Jomo Kenyatta statue. The statue that they are associated with is this Tom Mboya, simply because that football club of Gor Mahia belonged to him. He was the founder. He founded it in 1968, and that is the sole reason why Gor Mahia come here. Maybe what we can now tell them to stop destroying it. Otherwise, coming here has got nothing to do with destroying it. Otherwise, the renovation was done properly, and now we are waiting for our guests to come and open it. And renovation was done factoring in those challenges that we are having before with the first monument. So that's why you can see now, you can see a very big pillar. That pillar represents Rusinga Highlands. You can see Tom Mboya is raising his hand up like this. The hand that is raising, that is how he used to be the member of parliament in this Kampunji, in this area, this cosmopolitan area of Nairobi, which means he used to sweep, he used to sweep the crowd, and that is how people used to know him. The dress he's putting on is called the Kente dress. kente dress is a Ghanaian dress, a famous Ghanaian dress, and he was given that by Kwame Nkrumah, the president of Ghana. And that is the kente dress, was his fashion, that was his logo. People used to know him. Like, for example, you can see another president like Jomo Kenyatta carrying a whisk. You see? You can see President Moi carrying a rungu. So his logo was that dress. And that's why, because he had died, we want the people who used to know him. We don't want them to bring for us another Tom Mboya. We want our exact Tom Mboya. And that's why you see that bronze. You see, that is a whole bronze. It's made of bronze. It is depicting him. And that is now how, what is called legacy. Legacy is what you leave behind that can be able to inspire generations. And that's why you see Tom Mboya has never rested in peace. Because everybody wants to have solidarity with him. Everybody who does their things, they think that when they come and do it near here, at the fountain here, is when the government is going to hear them. Like for example, today, you saw Sabasaba rally. They came here because Kenya is big. Why could they go to Urupa? Why could they go to railways? They cannot afford, because they just want solidarity with Tom Mboya, which means he died, but his heart, his soul is still around with us. So respect is supposed to be given. The government also should change the road. Moi Avenue is supposed to be called Tom Mboya Avenue, because Tom Mboya was killed on a government road within the government square, not behind the archives where Tom Mboya Street is. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and I hope that the message has gone very clean. This site is supposed to be respected. It's a public site of memory. And even to add on just very little, economical activity. There are people who take photographs here, the photographers. They cannot take a photo. Sasa mimi naongea naona
Anasema ataomba kutii. Kama wanakuja hapa